going, everybody? Welcome back. This is my strongest Excalibur Prime build. People were asking for my build as far as my strongest, what I put on it, as far as with duration, efficiency, power strength, where you could go and do long survivals. I'm not talking about going up at level 100s and all that stuff. I'm talking about at least 170 if people even look that far. Alright, as far as within survivals. As far as with the build that I have for my Excalibur Prime, my strongest Excalibur Prime build. I have no clue as to why my thing is firing off, but it's kind of weird there. But as far as for my build right here, and I'll explain as to why. Got energy siphon on, so I can keep regenerating as far as with my energy. Power drift, intensified transient fortitude for that power strength. All you need is to get 200%. Because when you're rocking chromatic blade, you need to get into at least 200% and beyond to have the benefit of the status chance being increased by 300. Now, status chance along with the power strength, 300% with the 200. Right? It will give you a better threshold as far as with your Excalibur Prime blade. Vitality and the quick thinking. Quick thinking and vitality go hand in hand, especially if you have prompt flow. So you will get more energy instead of the 425. You'll have slightly more because once you start taking lethal damage, it will go off of your energy. All right. So once you hit 2 points on your HP, quick thinking will start acting up, and if you have enough energy, it will save your life. And plus, when you have arcane energized to back you up, once you get an energy orb, it will proc, and you will have more energy, and thus quick thinking will keep doing what it's supposed to do. Streamline and prime continuity. The reason why it's at 50% is because I had a extra prime continuity on me. It was maxed out. I sold it in trade chat, so now I was able to have this one so I could put it up to at least a rank 9, so I have 50%. Maxed out prime continuity would have put this to at least 130, I believe. So that's why it is the way it is. Alright, now as far as for my exalted blade for my Excalibur, alright, this is why my Excalibur stays upright. Healing return restores 11 health per status type affecting the target. Healing return and condition overload go hand in hand. I made a video talking about these two mods and how they go hand in hand and they synergize with each other, which is why these two mods are essential for Exalted Blade, and this is why I'm able to stand upright much longer than everybody else. Berserker will kick in, so I'll have more DPS, whereas I'm doing more damage with condition overload, and plus I'm also healing myself should in case I do get damaged. Now as far as with performance, however, the performance, I don't know why it keeps doing that, but as far as with performance, it's like second to none. And as far as with enemy level, I always have it at the max so I could test it out. Should in case anything were to happen, you know. So I'm not going to blind these guys. See, I'm just going straight off of Exalted Blade. And as you see, it makes quick work of them right there. I have Corrosive on this build, because once you're dealing with a lot of armored units, you got to strip off that armor. And plus, at the same time, you need to do effective damage long enough so that you can kill those guys. Now, I'm going to make them come at me. Hopefully I could survive this. Now normally you need to use Exalted Blade, but also you need to you really need to blind their ass. And now once I blind them, you do more damage. Now you must be wondering, like, why am I doing more damage? Once you blind them, they will be prone to the stealth multiplier. So once you hit them with your Exalted Blade, however, you will do more damage to them. And plus, if you build your Exalted Blade for critical, it will do even more damage. So you could probably tweak this build if you want to. Instead of having corrosive on, you could actually elect to go for gas. So let me see. Where is molten impact? And you could elect to go for gas. I'm gonna put this one in here. You could go for gas, and as you see, my status chance is over 100%, so it's fine. You could go for gas on this build, 33 with the 2.0 on the multiplier. As long as your critical chance is high, the Berserker will keep kicking in. Alright? So, let me bring out those guys yet again and show as far as how gas will affect these guys. Now, as you see, it's taking a little bit longer, but it's the gas that's doing most of the work. As you just see, the gas is doing most of the work because the gas will proc on them, and since I radio blind them and then I start exalted blading them like so, they will be taking more damage. And of course, you know, with the gas, you multiply that with them being blinded, oh yeah, it's gonna be doing damage. It's not like how it was back then, but it will still suffice. But it's better to elect to go for corrosive. So I'm gonna have them stationary for this. So if I were to blind them and go like so, the gas will proc on them, but you see it doesn't do as much. So you're gonna have to keep procking it like this and make the blade actually hit them as well too. As you see, it's not doing as much damage, but it will suffice. But the corrosive build is more better than the gas build. As you see with all the gas clouds and all of that stuff. So corrosive build on the Exalted Blade is the best to go with it. Alright? Just because of the fact that you're stripping off armor. And you'll be doing more damage when you have the corrosive build versus the gas build. So this build, you might as well say, is secondary compared to the corrosive build, but that is practically my strongest build, the one that's the corrosive build. Alright? And the reason why I have the Nakana Prime on me is because of the fact that you get increased attack speed by 10%. It may not seem like much, but trust me, you would want to have that extra attack speed. You want to have that on. So I'm going to take that off and put back the Voltaic Strike. And this build here is more better just because of the fact that you have corrosive on. Oh no, wait, not the Fever Strike. Put that in there. So you have Prime Fever Strike, Voltaic Strike, have this build here. And like I said, as far as with having the Nakana Prime on, if you know about Excalibur's passive, he deals 10% increased damage and attack 10% faster when wielding swords. So anytime you have an Excalibur or an Excalibur Prime or Umbra Excalibur, have a sword or dual sword, but at least have a sword on you. Alright? Having other than that, you're not going to be taking advantage as far as the damage and the attacks. Alright? So that's my strongest Excalibur build.